Now it's time for a little bit of Impoppable skates with no monkey knowledge, so we're going to head over there with Quincy. And we're going to do our mock run essentially for chimps. So we're going to put Quincy down right on over here, right on that little white line, so you can see this white line, and then this white line, right like so.
This is my territory.
And begin.
What?
This is a really nice spot, by the way. It's a lot of vision over here, a lot of vision over here, pretty good vision over here as well. And then the next thing we're going to save up for is our safety sniper. We're also going to be demonstrating how good the elite defender is. Even though it's still pretty situational, I think it's worth noting that it is a recently buffed tower with a place in the world now, especially on a harder difficulty. Because what the elite defender still doesn't do is AoE, right? That's kind of a bummer. We could also upgrade the middle path, but I just don't think that's good either. So we're going to upgrade this to 022 pretty quickly here. It does take a bit to get to 022 though, which is fine. Sniper monkeys are good enough as it is. And they're really good for safety on these harder levels. We only have one life, right? What happens when we lose that? We have to start over. And when we're doing 100 rounds, we don't want to start over. That's painful stuff right there.
Yes.
So once we get the full metal jacket, we'll feel a lot better. Because we won't be terrified of lead balloons, right? Lead balloons are scary. So one might wonder what we're going to do next, and that's a bomb shooter. Bomb shooters are really good and really strong. There we go. We're going to place this right up here on this little intersection of the white lines. And we're going to be all the way over to the left, like so. You can see, boom, boom to the left, plenty of room for your monkey village. We're actually going to place the monkey village right over here as well. And we're going to upgrade this to frag bombs, which we should have done instead of talking, but that's okay. Once we get some bigger bombs, we can save up for the cluster bombs, but the bigger bombs help a lot with reliability of this. Food for thought there. Cluster bombs are what we need to really feel safe though. Now we have our cluster bombs. We can put down our monkey village. We just need 1440. That's not so bad, right?
Yes.
It does take a bit of time though. Seems like something interesting is going on here with this bomb shooter. Really wants to take care of this tree. Tree's in the way, sir. Alright, so we're going to put this monkey village over here to the right as much as possible. Down until it's red. Make sure you're not hitting the track as well. So down red, like so. And now we have a really good placement. We can do some water stuff if we want, or just continue building out, which is what we're going to do here mostly. But never say never, you know? We're going to upgrade bigger radius and some jungle drums to empower everything.
Tasty.
Round 33. Detection warning. We can also get rid of round 38 without camo detection here too, if you really want to cut some corners. But we're not going to play that risky. You just have to really use Quincy's ability well there. We're saving up for the recursive cluster now. Recursive cluster is very strong. More camo balloons coming. And here we go, recursive cluster. It's great, we don't need heavy bombs just yet. We want to upgrade this a little bit so we can really crush that upcoming Moab. Here we go, no Quincy ability needed, even though it's a little bit scurry. And we can go ahead and put down our alchemist here. Just find a nice spot for it. Upgrade the middle path here and set that to strong. That's just going to add a little extra damage to that so we can reliably crush those. No Quincy ability used there, but you can definitely use it right when the Moab comes into this area here if you're worried about dying there. We had another good 2 or 3 shots worth of stuff there. We're going to get heavy bombs. And we're going to get our radar scanner. So now we have radar scanner. Pretty good stuff going for us. You might be wondering what we do next. Well, we're going to enable our primary towers. This will help us really do a ton of stuff that we want to do for much cheaper of a price. And before we start saving up all our money, we double check to make sure this is 204. And we have this upgraded to at least be buffing something. It doesn't really matter too much what it's buffing, but we want it to be buffing something.
Tasty.
And now we're just going to save all our money for the primary expertise. And it's going to be a while. $30,000. Quite a bit of change, but this is the best time to save up money, I think, in the game. Because up until round 60, everything's really easy. All the way up until round 63-ish, I think you can just be as greedy as you really feel like. And you get lots of money for very little risk here. We can see just nothing really that scary coming our way. A Moab here or there. Still nothing I'm scared of. Cracking some ceramics every now and again. Happy that we have our radar scanner so we're not like, oh, is Quincy doing what he needs to be doing? But Quincy always does what Quincy needs to do. Even though you've only popped 6,000, you're probably the worst popping tower. I'm not going to give you credit for out-popping the Alchemist here. It's not a fair race for the Alchemist. And we're only 10k away from having the primary expertise tower. At which point we're definitely going to need another alchemist. But we shouldn't rush it, right? Like, primary expertise, there's some value to be had there, right? Tier 1 and 2 upgrades for free? Surely we can figure something out with that, right? Oh, we definitely can. And we still haven't used any abilities in this run, which is pretty incredible because this is one of the harder beginner levels, I think. Not as hard as Cabin was, but harder than Resort or a few of those other maps. And every map's hard if you don't use the bomb shooter. Like, some of these stacked balloons just... what can you really do against them if you don't have an AoE tower like the bomb shooter?
Run this one down.
Comes around 60, which again is very easy for us to deal with because we have this sniper right here doing a lot of work for us. we're at 30k now. So we're going to go ahead and upgrade that as soon as we can. For consistency, we don't know if we don't upgrade it when we get 30k, if we die right away or whatever. We just, as soon as you get that 30k, upgrade this right here. No reason not to, right? And we want to get another alchemist. Doesn't matter too much where we put it. Preferably not here, though. We don't want the alchemist to go here. This is a prime spot for really valuable towers, and we want that to go there. Primary towers that are going to help us win the game. So we're going to upgrade this now. Set that to strong, just like this one over here, right? Now we have lots of upgrades and lots of buffs. So we are going to put down our ice tower, which is okay that it's in buff range. We just want it to be utilizing space as best as possible, right? So left red, down red, right like so. Cryo cannon, and the middle tree, because we don't need to worry about camo detection.
Run this one down.
You can see we already popped 300, which is quite nice. And once we get icicles, we can put down our glue gunner. Glue gunner is really good on this level. There's just so much stall. You know, you're just looping over here, going slowly around here. Still in range of pretty much everything up until this point right here. This bomb shooter gets such a good look up in this part of the map. I really love that, right? You get to hit it, reload, probably hit another time here, and probably here once more. Prior to then going down here and maybe squeaking out another hit if you're lucky. So we're going to upgrade that stronger stimulant in the spirit of how good that bomb shooter is with those buffs. But we want to get our glue gunner down, right? I mean, glue gunner, pretty good. Again, maximize your space if you can. Glue gunner 022, of course. Why not? And now we need to save up for our icicle impale. So relax, save your money, don't waste it. It's important-ish. And the ish, I mean, if you don't want to die to DDTs, you know. But if you do want to die to DDTs, that's the good way to do it, is to not get icicle impaled here. But you might still be fine, because Moab glue is pretty good. You probably wouldn't die to the first DDT, but when multiple DDTs come, you're going to have some trouble. Unless you're spending your money on some crazy stuff too. $36,000 is quite a bit of change. Even with it unupgraded though, it's still a really good tower. You could make an argument that you could go like Maim Moab and Elite Defender and still be okay too. We're also going to get Elite Defender for round 100 just to really crush it. And we're also going to gauge just how much damage it's able to do during that round. Pretty good though. The tier 5 for about 16k I think it is really, really powerful. I wish there was more affordable tier 5s like that, so you could experiment a little more. Or make this 32,000. Please. I want to play with it. But at 42,000, I can't play with it. So we're getting closer to round 80 here, and after round 80 we start to get a little more money again. The rounds right before round 80 are a little slow in terms of income though. Which is why we haven't gotten any towers for quite a bit here. Here comes round 80. This does a ton of work on round 80. And it's already glued, look at that. Oh, non-primary towers eat your heart out. Our poor ice tower has to just sit there for so long now. Can't even hit Moabs. But if Ice Tower could hit Moabs, it'd be so broken. Even at 36k, it's like, wow, that's a steal, man. So here we go. And on these levels, the money is always so slow. You always get baited. You're like, here it comes, here it comes. There it is. Finally. We're happy. And now we can play with alchemists, right? So another alchemist down over here. We want to have uptime. Very important to have uptime. And we can start upgrading this one right over here.
More.
It's kind of crazy how much work this is doing right here. Just damage, 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 damage. No buff though, which is something we're going to need to address, as probably going to need another alch. But we want to get this upgraded here, because it will help us go faster, and we want to go fast. Nothing ever gets to move though, look at that. It's what they deserve though. Look how little money those give us. This is a good combo though, right? The you can't move plus global map damage blade thing. Elite Defender, we need you. Please. And we're actually going to set this to strong now, because that's how we're going to get the most value from it. We have a lot of AoE and coverage for smaller stuff. It is safe to set this to strong at this point, yeah. We're almost there. We get to play with the new Elite Defender that does Moab class extra damage. There we go. You can see it really flying up now, huh? Let's upgrade these alchemists. Stronger stimulant. And then another stronger stimulant here as well. Good. So we have 3 alchemists with stronger stimulant, and we can see when this gets taken off pretty quickly. Acidic mixture dip is a little slow, so we're actually going to have to put one more down. Is it the best? No, but I think we should just, you know, it's best practice. So we're going to set that here, get stronger stimulant, set this to strong. Watch those fly through our map here. And there we go. And we're going to save up a bunch of money here for our special guest, the tack shooter. It was criminal that I didn't use tack shooter in this build. I just don't have enough experience making tack shooter look good. So we're going to do this right here with Ring of Fire. And somehow it already popped 1500? What did I do? Looky there. And so not to ruin our build, we're just going to drop sniper monkeys over here, over and over. 302 is the best. And we're going to keep these on first as well, as the only time they're really going to have any impact is round 100. and it's going to be hitting the BAD the entire time. And we're going to set this over to be first as well, just to make sure we don't have any crazy stuff happen on round 100. So we're at 120 now. Let's see what we get to here. Oh, we forgot to upgrade that. I was like, we messed up there, didn't we? We're good. So with that set to first, it popped almost 20,000, probably 20,000 because we were a little late in looking at it in the final round there. So that's the strength of the new buffed Elite Defender. And we're done with Impoppable.